Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Albers, joined with Tom Benassi here for our second game of our doubleheader. Women had a great game, won that game, and the men will now come and play Edison. We believe Edison's record is 6-6. That's what their website said, and Cincinnati comes in with a 13-4 overall record. And their last game, they lost 80-79 on a home opening conference loss to Lakeland. And the only thing you could say about that, Tom, is they were very, very limited in the number of players that they had playing in that game.
Yeah, I believe they only had 7 that played in that game. And the biggest stat that I was looking at, now whether or not it's correct, I don't know. I know they said the women's stats were off. But Cincinnati State is ranked, first in the nation in steals per game at 17.8. Against Lakeland, they had 3.
Yeah.
3 steals. So I think that's a major, major problem right there. But you're also looking at the people that were out for Cincinnati State are the ones that usually get all the steals. So, like you said, very limited in the number of players he had, but they went up there and put up a pretty good fight. Hopefully they get some people healthy here in the next week or two and be really strong for the second half.
Yeah, you're missing guys like Thomas Jackson, Ivory. I don't know if Shady play. You're missing a lot of your guard play, and that really hinders at what you're going to be able to do. So, but Cincinnati's got to be able to bounce back, Tom, because there's no really room for error here in this league because Lakeland's going to give you good matchups. Columbus State will give you good matchups, and Coach definitely feels confident because he was still missing a lot of his players and only lost by 1.
Yeah, no question about it. And the other 2 things I was looking at from that game, and 2 things that if I would tell you the stats, you would never think that they would lose, is Cincinnati State out-rebounded Lakeland 51-32, and they also had an advantage off the bench 39-14. And they lose by 1, it's kind of surprising.
Right.
But the fact is they were right there with only 7 players, and like you said, the talent level that they were missing in that game is pretty strong.
So we're introducing some of the starting lineups here for – so they got some different numbers too.
Oh.
Number 13, we don't have a 13. Got a number 5, Tingle.
He's 20.
I think they're just one off of what they are. Kelly Kurtz is 13. Tingle, they're just one off, Tommy. 42 is 42.
Gotta be kidding me. Killing me. Decker and Bonanza are okay.
So Beckstead's okay. Tingle is going to be 5.
Howard's okay.
Kurt's going to be 13. Bonanza's 20. And Irvin is 52. So we're introducing the starting lineups also for Cincinnati. You see a ton of guys down there in street clothes, Tommy.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It is the hits just keep coming, like we said. Unbelievable.
So again, Cincinnati comes in, as we said, 13-4. They are 6-0 at home. They're averaging 93.6 points a game, which is out 3rd in the nation. And as Tom said, number 1 in the nation in steals at 17.8. But Tom, here's another big stat. They're 12th in the nation in offensive rebounds at almost 20 a game. That is an unbelievable stat.
And that's nothing but effort right there. That's all that is. And Coach, I guarantee you that's probably his favorite stat, that and the steals. No question about it.
How about this, Tom? Look at this. The losses were to Danville, currently ranked number 11. Moraine Valley, 80-79. Oakland, who was currently ranked number 12. And Lakeland is currently number 15.
All ranked ahead of them and all on the road.
So that's an impressive thing that Coach Tate does. Again, Cincinnati being their white trimmed in
so
green.
Bonanza is 21. Beckstead is 3. So the yellow shirts were wrong. The yellow shirts are wrong. When they take the yellow ones off, their numbers change.
So number 3 is Tingle?
Number 3 is Beckstead. Tingle's 5. Howard 10. Kurtz 13. Isaac, I got him at 14, but I'm guessing he's probably going to be 15 underneath.
All right, we'll try to do the best we can here.
Yeah, we'll get them as they come in.
Then they put on their jerseys. So again, we're getting ready to start this game, and Irvin's going to tip it out, but getting the control of it is going to be Lionel Hill, number 2. O'Brien Hobbs is going to be a man-to-man for Edison. Give it back to Hill. He's going to drive to the basket, got a block, and then coming down is going to be number 13, and we believe that's Kurtz. Kurtz has it. Kind of a small guy, two small guys guarding each other. Get it into Irvin, kicks it outside, and gets double-teamed, almost tipped away. Three-point attempt on the way. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Last shot was by Bonanza. O'Brien Hobbs quickly coming down the other way. Gives it over to Hill. Hill looking inside. Gives it to Robertson. Robertson kicks it back out to Hill. Spinning around to Hobbs. He fakes a shot. Running one-handed shot. No good. Rebounded by Robinson. Kicks it out now. Swinging around to Hill. Hill gets it into Hobbs in the corner.
Good ball movement.
Throws up a shot. Good.
Right.
O'Brien Hobbs hits a three-point attempt. And like you said, Tommy, that was great ball movement.
Can't dribble. I don't think he can dribble. Oh, no. They didn't call it.
Bringing the ball, it's going to be Kurtz. Kurtz going to get it down in the corner. Three-pointer shot on the way by Kurtz was no good. Or excuse me, by Beckstead was no good. Cincinnati quickly coming down the way. It's going to be Ivory. Ivory pump fake, got his shot blocked. And I believe that was by Tingle that blocked it, I believe. Is that Tingle? Yep.
Yeah, he blocked it and got the rebound, I believe.
I thought that was a three-pointer on the last one. Wasn't it?
Oh, for us?
Yeah.
No, he was inside the line.
So that was a two-pointer, my mistake. Quickly bringing the ball around. Get the ball to Bensetter. Gets it up to Tingle. Tingle has it, driving baseline, spins, turns, gets it in the middle. Nice move to the basket. Put up and in by Beckstead. And that's going to tie the score up here at 2.
Nice assist right there by Tingle. Great look on the inside.
2-2 is our score with 18:04 to go here in this first half. Swing it around. Get it inside now to number 24. Oh, God.
Ooh, got away with that one.
Go out of bounds.
I think Fischel got away with a foul right there on that offensive rebound attempt.
So Winston Grace is going to check into the ball game. And a couple games that we did last week, we saw him go down. Thought he might be done for a while, Tom.
Yeah, we were real worried that he might be out for the year. Good job. Marsden takes it in strong. Very good job. Forces a foul.
I think it's going to be on Tingle.
Yep.
So Marsden will be on the line. I got to sneeze again. I'm sorry.
Krishan Marsden, we've seen really come alive on the boards, especially. And him and Fischel have done a very good job.
Marsden in and out on the free throw.
As I say that.
Marsden will be on the line again for a second free throw. Shot on the way. No good, man. That didn't look good at all.
He was chasing that one before he let it go.
And that was rebounded by Beckstead. He's going to be bringing the ball up the court. Looks like they're going to try to trap him. He's pushing off with his hand, Tom. No call. Cincinnati almost steals it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Graves seems to be moving okay.
He does have a brace on his shin area.
We're talking shot clock.
Well, there's no. It should be what it is. It should be what it is.
I don't understand why you would change it. They don't change it on a kick ball, right? They don't change that anymore on a kick ball.
Are they checking to see if that was a three-pointer or not, Tom? Because they're checking the scorebook.
Okay, yeah. Hobbs was definitely not a three. I know that. He originally was behind the three-point line. He did the head fake, and he dribbled inside. So it was definitely not a three by Hobbs, if that's what they're looking at.
Maybe. I don't know what they're checking.
But it's got to be, because their basket was a layup. So I don't know what I'm not sure. Not sure at all.
So they are discussing. I don't know what else it could be.
They're looking at the scorebook, so I don't know if maybe they have different numbers maybe in the scorebook. I wonder if we have the numbers off of the, I don't know. No, they would have filled it out, though. The other team would have filled out their book. So that's what scorebook, I think. I'm not sure what. Oh, yeah. We're going to shoot two. Cincinnati State's going to get 2 free throws here. Somebody had put the wrong number, I think, in the book for one of the players. And see, it confused them too.
Yeah.
Not just us.
But how do they do that though? If well, they got to go by the official book. That's how they do it. So Graves will be on the line.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, and I don't know what brought it to their attention because there wasn't a foul on the play.
So Graves will make that free throw. Well, I think it was probably the official book said something. Hey, this is not matching up. Maybe So Graves will be back on the line again. So I'm assuming these are technical free throws.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
And Graves will miss it. So 3-2, we score here tonight. We believe that there was
something in the
scorebook where numbers did not match up. We had problems with it too as well. So they're still
looking. He's still looking. Yeah, see, I'm afraid that we might have filled the book out off of their roster, and it would have been like ours. We would have been off by 1 on everybody. That's my guess.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's up 1 number is what it is. The roster on their website has them down for 1 number, but then when they take their shooting shirts off, they're all have different numbers, and I'm guessing that's what happened.
So if I'm the coach, all the same numbers.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, because shouldn't you match up the scorebooks with the other team before the game anyway?
You usually do. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. So Cincinnati put on a pressure. We're back to action. 3-2 Cincinnati. Edison does have the basketball. Swinging it around. They get it to Beckstead. Swings it to Irvin. Irvin going to kick it back out. Trying to ball Tingle now. Gets the ball inside. Throws up an air ball. No good. Irvin gets the rebound. Irvin's going to power his way up. Throw it high off the glass. No good. And it's going to be Robinson with the rebound. Coming out now to O'Brien Hobbs. Hobbs has. It's going to drive all the way in. Uncontested. Puts it up and in. How about that?
That was a little too easy right there for O'Brien Hobbs.
He just kind of looked up and saw that he had an open area and put it up and in.
Nobody in the lane to stop him at all. That's a block. Yep. He didn't give him a chance to come down right there, Nick Robertson. He knew it halfway through the play that he was crowding him too much.
Cincinnati up here 5-2, 17:06 to go here in this game. Or excuse me, in this first half. And they're going to double team him there, and he's got nowhere to go, and he's going to throw it. Got an open man over there. It's Irvin. Irvin's going to throw it up off the glass, up and in. You know, he probably shouldn't have put that on the floor. He's lucky that nothing happened there.
Yeah, you're right. And a good look by Bonanza right there to see him underneath.
Our score here, 5-4, 16:39. They get it into corner to Graves. Again, it's going to be a man-to-man for Edison. Robinson's going to drive, kick it back to Graves. Graves back to Robinson. Turns, squares to the basket. Powers his way down. Tommy's using the nice move, but he was using that elbow or that shoulder, lowering it in there. That's going to cause him some troubles. And Cincinnati putting on that pressure. Get it into Tingle. Tingle swings back, three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Tingle. Tingle got a shot blocked. He's still fighting for it. It's going to be a jump ball. And possession, I believe, is going to go to it's going to go to Cincinnati, I believe, or is it going to go? No, it's going to go to Edison. So we got substitution. We got Marshall checking in, and we got also number 15, Devontae Smith.
I'm hoping did he already switch the arrow?
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, are you kidding me?
Usually you don't switch the arrow till the ball's put in play.
And they're going to throw it in. Now they get it down in the corner, and that's going to be Kurtz with a three-point shot. It is no good. Going in high is Marshall for the rebound. Quickly coming down is going to be O'Brien Hobbs. Going to take it, kick it in the corner to Grace. He's going to fire up a three-point shot.
Nice.
Good. How about that?
Hello. I'll tell you what, O'Brien Hobbs could have taken that one again because there was nobody that was stepping over to stop him.
Absolutely not. Kurtz is going to dribble it all the way down to the corner, throws it in the corner to Beckstead. Beckstead has it. Swinging around now, Irvin has it at the top of the key. Irvin's going to spin, Kicks it down to Tingle. Tingle has on the block. Cross court over to Benizer, and it's going to go off of him. So good defense starting to bother the old Chargers.
All right, now O'Brien Hobbs, there is no way right now that Kelly Kurtz can guard him.
And Hobbs going to give it inside now to Devontae Smith. Smith turns around off the glass, shot it no good. Robinson tried to tip it up, but it was Kurtz that got the rebound. And there's going to be Beckstead fires up a three-pointer, and he puts it up and in. It's going to make it a 10-7 ball game, 15:02 to go.
And Devontae Smith, I believe, still comes in as your leading scorer, him or Winston, one or the other.
Swing it over now to Grace. He's going to fire up another three-point shot. It is no good. Robinson tipping it up and around, and it's going to be Beckstead with the rebound. He's going to take it all the way down, throws it off the glass. No good. They went over to the back, and there's a foul right there on Marshall. And doing a good job getting that rebound was number 21. And that was
first trip to the line tonight for Edison.
Free throws off the front of the rim, no good. Coming into the ball game for the first time will be Plummer. I believe he's number 41 and not 40.
Yeah, and then you got 31 is Jordan Taylor instead of 30.
A little complicated, Tommy.
Consistent.
A little complicated for.
Danny got a bachelor weekend. You're gonna be sick.
Yeah, no kidding. Free throw on the way is good. So Bonanza puts in 1 of 2. It's going to make it a 10-8 ball game.
I think Krista probably planted the
6 seed.
Planted the virus.
Yes,
in
absolutely, absolutely. Between her and Zane, they did. 14:35 to go. Cincinnati up here, 10-8. Dan Owers, Tom Benassi, Ronna McMillan here on Cincinnati State, or excuse me, on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. Grays kicks it out, and shot was no good by Marshall. And Hobbs tried to get the rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. Probably not the shot that we've seen Marshall take from that.
No, and not too many times you're going to see Winston pass up that shot. He was open with a three right there. Didn't take it.
So Cincinnati does get, or they do get the ball in bounds, and it's 23. I believe Decker is number 23, correct?
Yeah.
They swing it around to Taylor. Taylor's going to fire up a shot, no good, and getting the rebound is going to be Devontae Smith. He's quickly coming down the left, going to pull up, throw up a shot, good. How about that? Wasn't sure if he was going to take it all the way or not, Tom.
Coast to coast.
Get the ball, get it down in the corner to Beckstead. Swinging around her, and that was going to be Decker stepping out of bounds. So Cincinnati take the ball out of bounds up here 12-8.
Cincinnati State going 8 deep tonight.
Hobbs will be bringing the ball up the court. Again, Edison's going to be in the all blue, Cincinnati in the all white. Get it to Grays. Grays has it on the wing. Gets it up top to Robertson. Robinson flips it back to Hobbs. Hobbs swings it over to Grays. He's going to drive baseline. It's going to take it all the way. Gets hammered as he's going to the basket. It's a good drive by Winston Grays. Foul's going to be on number 3. And that'll be on Beckstead. That'll be his first, team second.
I don't know about anybody else, but I was holding my breath right there as he was driving baseline.
No kidding.
Coming off that injured ankle.
So Winston Grays will be on the line. First free throw on the way. Good.
5 points for Winston.
Grays ready for a second free throw. Free throw on the way. Good. Hits in both of them. Tilt up. Tilt up. Get the ball down in the corner. They're going to get trapped. And looks like they're going to call a timeout, does Edison. So Cincinnati put on that pressure, and it's going to make it a 14-8, 13-19. Edison's going to call the timeout.
Yeah, Cincinnati State, they may be shorthanded, but they're not going to let up on defense, I'll tell you that. So good trap right there by Cincinnati State, forcing the timeout by Edison this early in the game.
So Winston Grays is leading all Cincinnati State freshmen at 14.4 points per game. And they're going to really need some of these freshmen to really step up, being that they are limited on players. So Edison takes the ball out of bounds. Get the ball into Decker. Gives it back now to Beckstead. Oh. Try to look down low to Plummer, and it goes off his hands out of bounds. Winston Grays bringing the ball up for Cincinnati. Cincinnati up 14-8. 13:07 to go here in this first half. Grays gets a screen. He's going to take it all the way. Bassett throws up, got shorthanded, got his own rebound, puts it up, shot no good. And getting it is going to be Marshall. Marshall gets triple teamed, gives it up to Grays. He short arms it again, and getting the rebound is going to be Fischel. High off the glass, up and in. So good persistence by Cincinnati and no rebounding at all. And there's a steal by Devontae Smith. Smith's going to give it up now to, shot was no good, and that was by Lionel Hill. And quickly coming down the other way is going to be Edison. Three-point attempt on the way. It is no good, man. They fired it up right away, did Decker, and it was no good. And Hill's going to quickly come down the other way. Gets it down in the corner to Fischel. Fischel fakes the three, drives all the way in.
Wow.
He got hammered as he was going in by Plummer. And I believe that'll be his first foul. So Fischel will be on the line to shoot two. Will he shoot two? Yep.
Yeah, shooting two, and right now Edison's struggling. They're 3 of 12 from the field. And like you said, that was a very quick shot.
Yeah,
on
it
that
was.
Last trip down.
Fischel's free throw's good.
That's 3 for Tyler Fischel.
Kurtz checking back into the ball game for Edison. Fischel's next shot, good. Puts in both free throws, and it's going to make their lead now at 10 at 18-8 with 12:18 to go in this first half. Again, since they put on that pressure, they put on a 1-2-2. Edison being very methodical, getting the ball across court, and they finally do to Kurtz. Kurtz swings it over to Taylor. You can hear Cincinnati, all the coaches yelling and screaming as they're doing a great job on defense. They get it into Irvin. Irvin's going to drive all the way to the basket, pulls up, left-handed shot off the glass, no good. And rebounded by Plummer. His shot was no good. Irvin gets the rebound. He gets his shot rejected by Marshall. And another shot by number 31 was no good, and that last shot was by Taylor. Foul's going to be, I believe, on Devontae Smith. That'll be his first. Marston and O'Hobbs checking back into the ball game.
Job right there, offensive glass, keeping the opportunities alive.
18-8 our score, 11:42 to go here in this first half. And they swing it around to Taylor, gets it up high to Kurtz. Cincinnati going to be in that man-to-man. Kurtz spins, kicks it over to Bonanza down in the corner. Taylor, how about that? Jordan Taylor hits a three-pointer from the corner. And that's going to cut it now to 18-11. Get it to Fischel, swings it over to Hill. To Devontae Smith at the elbow. He's going to drive all the way and kicks it down to Fischel. They got 23 in the shot clock. Hobbs might have walked. He's going to take it all the way in the basket. Left-handed shot up and good.
I'll tell you what, he's getting by his man, and there is nobody there to help.
Yep. No help at all. So Cincinnati again putting on some token pressure. And they just get it across the timeline. Kurtz gives it up to Taylor. Taylor's going to pull up for another three-point shot off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Martson. Gives it up to Hill. Hill gets it inside to Hobbs. He's going to bring it back out, set up his offense, swing it over at top to Hill. Coach Tate telling him to bring it out and calling the play again. Swing it over to Devontae Smith. He's going to drive in, pulls it up, fades back, throws up a shot. No good. That is not what they wanted, Tommy.
No, I agree, and I think he thought he was going to get a foul call there.
So Kurtz has the basketball for Edison. They're trailing here 20-11. Swing it over now to Kurtz. Kurtz has it. Cincinnati man-to-man. They got 20 on the shot clock. Going to call a timeout, does Edison. They're trailing here 20-11.
Right now, nobody really stepping out for Edison on the scoring end. You got Beckstedt with 5, Jordan with 3, and Irvin with 2. So not much happening on their end. You got O'Brien Hobbs with 6, Winston Grays with 6 for Cincinnati State. So good defense being played by Cincinnati State, and that's pretty much the reason you have a 9-point lead right now.
Cincinnati trying to bounce back after that loss to Lakeland over the weekend in their first league loss, only losing 80-79.
Yeah, right now O'Brien Hobbs holds the key because there's nobody on the court that can guard him, and he's gotten 3 layups off that offensive set down here.
So again, Edison now brings the ball, swinging it around, and they get it into Berkstead. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. It is no good. Rebounded, and Grays and Irvin fight for the basketball. And, Tom, there almost was a little skirmish there. Jump ball possession is going to go to Cincinnati. So good job by both teams fighting for that basketball. We're at the 10-minute mark. Cincinnati up 20-11. And O'Brien, Tom, a pretty good crowd here tonight.
It is a good crowd. And right there, O'Brien Hobbs had him again. There was nobody in the lane area if he would have driven past his man.
And Winston Grays has it, goes in between the circles, and he's driving to the basket. I believe he might be fouled by Irvin.
And give him a T next time he throws the ball at him.
They're going to give it to 13, and it'll be on Kurtz. That'll be his first. So we're going to have a substitution.
You have number 5, Nick Tingle, coming back in the game. William Plummer goes out. You have number 21, Jacob Bonanza, coming in. And Corey Decker will sit for a while.
He's doing a good job of rotating these guys in and out. They're going to have to be fresh when they're playing a team like this. Lionel Hill's going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Martin. Martin double team. Throws him a shot up and good. How about that? Martin got double teamed, but it didn't bother him one bit. He puts it in 22-11.
Oh,
and
nice
Cincinnati's
save.
going to save it. Quickly coming down the other way is going to be O'Brien Hobbs. Ooh, and he almost turned his ankle there, Tommy. Good move by Hobbs. Gets down in the corner to Fischel. He's going to fire up a shot. Good.
Nice shot. All right.
Cincinnati up now 13 at 24-11, and they're kind of pulling away from this, Tom, but really good balanced scoring by Cincinnati.
Yeah, no doubt, and that bucket was all about Lionel Hill's hustle on the defensive end.
And they're going to do another turnover, and that's Winston Grays on a turnover. He's going to kick it down in the corner to Hill. He's going to drive baseline, kick it back to Grays. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. Marston with the rebound. Hobbs with a 3-pointer, in and out, no good, and Irvin with the rebound for Edison. Tom, they had their opportunities there, just couldn't put it in.
Yeah, Winston Grays will love that shot every time if you're going to give it to him.
And shot was no good, but finally putting it up and in was going to be Berkstead. (24-13) here in this first half. Get double team does Winston Grays. Is going to bring it back out. Grays spins, kicks it over to Martin. Martin backing his way down. Is going to take it all the way to left. Left-handed shot, in and out, no good. And Fischel was going to go for the rebound, but I think he might have got fouled. Foul's going to be on 13. Kurtz, that's going to be number 2 on him.
The thing that amazes me, Dan, is it seems like whatever 5 you put out there for Cincinnati State, they seem to play so well together. You never see that, not knowing where each other's going to be, it doesn't seem like. I think that's amazing for the amount of different people they have to put out there.
Personalities, everything, yep. So Cincinnati does inbound the ball. Winston Grays has it. They've got 30. They got a fresh shot clock. 8-10 to go. Cincinnati up here 24-13. Grays, nice pass, give and go to Fischel. He lost control of the ball, gets it back, and I think he got pinned underneath the backboard. Irvin's going to get the rebound. Kurtz has it now. It's going to go off to his right, behind his back. Nice job. Gets in the corner to Beckstead. Fakes a 3-pointer, steps over to his right, throws up another shot. No good. Marston with the rebound. He saves it to Hobbs. How about that?
Good job.
Good defense by Cincinnati. Hobbs going to take it all the way. No one's guarding him again. Tom took it right down the middle. Over to Devontae Smith. Smith pulls up at the free throw line, throws up a shot. No good. He kind of takes a shot every time he touches it too quickly, I think, sometimes, Tommy.
Yeah, off balance, too. I mean, there's a couple off balance jumpers right there by him, and there's no need for it because he jumps higher than the guy guarding him by far.
Get it back out to Kurtz. Swings it over to Taylor. Taylor hit a big three-pointer earlier. Beckstead has it back. Excuse me, that wasn't Taylor. That was Bonanza.
Tingle,
and that was
nice
Tingle, number 5 from the corner. 24-15. We're getting ready to go under 7 minutes to go here in this first half. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rondell McMillan here at Surge Arena on Anderson Community Television, USBN Sports. Martin swings it over to Grays. Grays going to give it back up to Hobbs. They got 16 on the shot clock. Hobbs almost lost it. Going to have to hurry. They're going to have to bring it back out. Now they got 10 on the shot clock. 9, 8 on the shot clock. Hobbs has it. Kicks it out to Grays. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Irvin. You see, he was just trying to set that up to get him that open shot. Grays, you wonder if any effects he's having with that leg.
He's 1 of 7 from the field, so I'm thinking there's a little bit of thought in his head about it.
Tingle walk with the basketball, no call. And getting the rebound is going to be Marsden.
Marsden, that's 5th rebound for Marsden.
Brian Hobbs going to take it all the way down. He got too far underneath the basket. Ball's on the ground. Hobbs got it, throws a shot, no good. And getting it, another shot was no good by number 24, and that was Fischel. Giving it back up and taking it all the way up and in is going to be Bert Beckstead on the other way down. And they're cutting into that lead now, Thomas, 24-17.
Yeah, and Eric Beckstead leading the way with 9 points for Edison.
You can just tell that they're missing some of the guys that they usually have run, but they're doing a pretty decent job nonetheless. Gray's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. He's just not having it, Tommy. Tingle with the rebound. Kurtz comes off to his left. Swings it over now to Tingle. Back to Kurtz. Get it into Irvin. He powers his way. Walked. They didn't call a walk on that, Tom.
And, I was just going to say, the big man's been logging some big minutes here in the first half. He's finally going to sit.
He is going to sit down, and it looks like they do have a new substitution here, and that's 35, and that's going to be Evan Barger. I'm going to write them and ask them if they would do that for me and change it for next year, please. Kind of throwing us off just a little bit. Brian Hobbs has it on the right side, gets a double screen, goes off to his left. Hill comes up off the screen at the top. Swings it over to Devontae Smith. He's going to drive all the way in, throws up a left-handed shot, and he gets fouled as he's going to the basket. Foul's going to be on 35, Barger, who just checked into the ball game.
Good job by Cincinnati State attacking the basket. Force them to go up and stop you.
So Devontae Smith will be on the line to shoot 2. Free throw, no good.
It's already just 5 for 9 from the free throw line so far for Cincinnati State.
Free throw on the way, good. So he hits 1.
And they did not shoot the ball well in that loss at Lakeland either. I believe they were 4 of 12 from the free throw line.
There's a steal by Martin. It gives it up to Devontae Smith, and he gets fouled as he's going to the basket. And I believe that's going to be on number 21, and that's Bonanza, and that'll be his first.
Once again, Danny, instead of settling for a jump shot, they're taking it to the basket and forcing them to play defense on you. And right now, they're getting themselves to the free throw line.
And Devontae Smith will be on the line.
But you do have to make them.
And no free throws, no good.
So 4 of 12 against Lakeland from the free throw line. That had to be frustrating to watch when you lose by 1.
Free throws off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Smith. Shot was no good. And it's going to be rebounded by number 35, Barger. And they quickly come down the other way, and that's going to be Beckstead. Gives it up into Tingle, and he got his shot rejected by Martin.
Wow.
Could have been a foul, too, with the body, but he pretty much put that in the bleachers.
I'm not too sure that you can avoid calling a foul on that. There was a lot of contact. But he did get the ball first.
Yes, he did. 25-17, 4:36 to go. And almost a steal by Cincinnati, and they do give it up to Kurtz.
They just don't give you anything easy.
No, they don't. Kurtz has the basketball. Spinning. They got 17 on the shot clock. Try to get it inside. It's going to be a steal by Hobbs. Hobbs going to go off to his left, take it all the way up, up and in. How about that? Just a nice quick move by Hobbs. He's so small, they didn't pick him up. He just laid it up and in.
Yeah, that's 8 for Hobbs right now. You don't want to see him taking 3-pointers in this game because he's driving right by the guys guarding him.
Absolutely. Cincinnati up by 10 at 27-17, under 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Look at Coach Tate down there trying to tell him how to play and what's going on. Tingle from the baseline throws up a shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. And Hale quickly coming down the other way. Official.
Good look.
Back to Hill.
Good
He's going to
look.
fire up a three-point shot off the front of the rim. Robertson tipping it up around, gets the rebound. Puts the ball on the ground, gets it knocked out of his hand. He probably should not have put it on the ground, Tom.
Yeah, you can't do that in traffic. It's too easy for those little guys to get in there.
Again, Kurtz has the basketball, gets double team, tries to spin out of it. And there's going to be a foul on number 35. And that is going to be on Marsden. That'll be his first.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations. You don't need to reach right there. You had the sideline as your partner there. You had him trapped in there, and you just bailed him out with a foul.
Taylor and Irvin are going to check back into the ball game. Get it down in the corner to Beckstead. Swinging the ball around. That's going to be Taylor who's going to pull up at the three-point. He walked, Tommy.
Wow.
Off the glass, up and in. He walked with the basketball.
Covered a lot of ground on that.
27-19, 3:06 to go here in this first half. Winston Grays now bringing the ball up the court. Hobbs out of the ball game. Swing it over to Hill. To Marson. Marson puts the ball on. They got to quit putting the ball on the ground. Graves spins to Marson, gets it knocked away. Marson did a good job, but the ball's on the ground and fighting for it, and finally going to be controlled by Cincinnati.
Nice.
Get it down low, and nice up and in, put in by Winston Graves.
Hey, I'll tell you what right there. Krishan Marsden twice went to the ground right there to keep that ball alive.
Cincinnati up here by 10 at 29-19. Tingle gets the ball inside to Irvin. He got his shot rejected, and they're going to call a foul on Nick Robertson.
That'll be 2 on Robertson.
So on the line will be number 52, Brandon Irvin on the line. Tom, a pretty decent crowd here tonight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Free throws no good.
Yeah, the crowds this year have definitely improved significantly, so hopefully the word's getting out a little more. They got some exciting basketball pretty much every year. They're in contention. It's a good time to come down and see some good ball.
It's like Coach doing a pretty good job of getting guys in and out of the ball game. Just put in Smith, I believe, Hobbs, and also Marshall.
Yeah, and Robertson's the only guy with 2 fouls, so they're in good shape there.
Puts in 1 free throw. Checking back into the ball game will be number 23, Corey Decker. It's like Coach for Edison's going to call a timeout, showing here by 9 at 29-20.
So that's his 3rd timeout, right?
It should be, yeah.
So, Dan, we talked earlier about the your reaction when Kashmir Wright went down.
I about had you know what it kind of reminded me of? Kenyon Martin going down, but not as dramatic. Not as dramatic.
Yeah.
But it was like, that if Kashmir Wright's done, the season's done. I mean, it's a pretty much given, because when he went out of the ball game, G1 Gwynn or whatever his name, he is not the answer.
I agree. Yeah, Saturday I had a little story for you. I had Time Warner Cable come out and hook up, and first thing I did was set the DVR for Illinois, Wisconsin, and we go out to eat. I'm trying not to look at the TV so I couldn't see the score. I glance up, and of course it's right there, and 43-19. And I was hoping that it was 23, but when it came up again, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I went home and hit delete. Didn't even watch it. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me."
I'll tell you what, Wisconsin played very well last night in Indiana, man.
They just make you play ugly, don't they? They don't. If you look at them, you think there's no way. There's no way they can compete with these other teams. And they're the one team that's not ranked out of the Big Ten, and they're leading at 4-0. So
that's why they played a game, Tommy.
I agree. I wish Illinois would have stopped at New Year's.
Well, how about that St. John's beating Notre Dame?
Yeah.
You just never know. Excuse me.
Yeah, St. John's has a win over Cincinnati and a win over Notre Dame. That's two pretty good feathers to put in your cap for later on.
You know who had a huge win was Kentucky. They need to win. They got to win.
That's the best I've seen Nerlens Noel play in the 5 or 6 times I've seen him. I think that's the best I've seen him play.
Absolutely. Cincinnati up here. We're back 29-20, 2:17 to go here in this first half. Looks like they're going to go into a 1-2-2, Tommy. And they're going to swing it to Marshall, to Hobbs. Hobbs has it at the top. It's definitely a 1-2-2. Oh, he reached in. And Hobbs has it. 14 on the shot clock. Double teams gets it down low, loses control. Devontae Smith's going to get it. There's going to be a foul on Taylor.
There'll be a foul on Taylor. And, I was thinking that'd be the one thing that 1-2-2 could stop would be Hobbs' penetration. And what's he do? He drives right down the lane. So Devontae goes to the line again. He's 1 of 4 so far tonight.
And shot no good.
1 of 5.
That ain't good. Tingle with the rebound for Edison.
That is not good at all.
Cincinnati still putting on that press. We're at 1:49 to go here, and they throw a bad pass. It's going to be stolen by Cincinnati. Official's going to give it up to Hobbs. Hobbs has it. Going to drive in, gets it down low. A little too late on that pass, Tom.
I think he was trying to get it to him because he missed him the first time when he originally got the ball and tried to force it in there a little too late.
And Marston's checking back in. He had a pretty good first half there, Tom.
Yeah, I think they've all played pretty well. I mean, he's done it, like you said, he's done a nice job of rotating them. Nobody's getting overly tired, committing stupid fouls. I think he's doing a great job.
Well, right there was one that they did do very well. Taylor's going to be with the steal. He's going to take it all the way to the basket. He got a shot blocked, and Tingle's going to come up with the basketball. He throws up a shot, no good, and rebounding it is going to be Marshall. So Cincinnati doing a great job on defense, and Hobbs quickly coming down the other way. Gives it over to Graves. Graves going to take it, lay it up and in.
Good job by Winston Graves right there. He's got 10 points. Leading away for the Surge.
Cincinnati's extended that lead back to 11. There's going to be another turnover. Goes through Irvin's hands, and Hobbs has the basketball now for Cincinnati.
And that's a tired turnover there. That ball should have been caught by the big man.
Hobbs taking it all the way down. As he was going to the basket, he got fouled.
I'll tell you what, Hobbs is just creating havoc in there. He's getting in the lane every time he wants to, and that's forcing those defenders to come over late, committing fouls.
So on the line will be O'Brien Hobbs. First free throw, good. I think at halftime, Tom, we have a Withrow dancing team or something going on here at half.
Where did you see that?
I saw it on this little flyer thing here we got from Nick.
I don't see anybody here, though.
And free throws in and out, no good. Rebounded by Irvin. So we're at 53 seconds to go here in this ball game. Get the ball now to Taylor. Taylor has it. It's going to get double teamed. Picks up his dribble. And he's going to have to call a timeout.
That's a fourth timeout.
And he just slammed the ball on the ground. He better watch it. Tom, I saw him earlier. He was getting into it with the coach, and he was down at the end of the bench, and the coach was getting pretty upset with him.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he may have panicked a little bit there, but given the fact that they've had 3 consecutive turnovers, he didn't want to make it a fourth.
Absolutely.
But that is the 4th timeout used by Edison in this game.
Yeah, you usually don't see that many that often, that quick.
So right now, Edison kind of falling apart. I think they're probably getting a little tired. That's one thing you will not see a team do is run Cincinnati into the ground. Cincinnati State very well conditioned, both men and women. They very rarely look more tired than their opposition.
So Cincinnati trying to bounce back after that 1-point loss, 80-79 on Saturday to Lakeland. And Tom, they come in. Saturday, the men's Owens team is pretty darn good too as well. So we should have 2 really good games on Saturday.
Yeah, I think from what it looks like, I think Owens and Sinclair score a lot of points. but I also think Cuyahoga is still pretty strong. I know they got the leading scorer, and I don't know if he's the leading scorer in the country. I think he's in the top 3 or 4 in the country at Cuyahoga. So it's going to be an interesting year, that's for sure, especially if you're only playing with 8 guys. That makes it so much harder, especially when you go on the road.
46 seconds to go. Cincinnati up by 12 here at 32-20. They throw a bad pass.
And you know what? That was exactly what they needed to do right there, was get the ball to the middle of the court, and then he turns and panics and throws it away.
So Cincinnati will have another opportunity here. There's about a 5-second differential between a shot clock and a game clock. 34 seconds to go here in this game, or in this first half. Grays has it on the wing. 25 on a shot clock, 28 on a game clock. Hobbs gives it to Grays. Grays looking at the clock to see where he's at. They're going to wait till the very last minute. Grays has it at the top. 13 swings it over to Hobbs. Hobbs back to Grays. Grays going to drive all the way and kick it back.
Oh, nice move.
Hobbs in the corner, and he lost control of the ball, gets double teamed, and he loses control of the basketball, and it's going to be Taylor. Going to give it up now, driving all the way and getting fouled. How about that? Taking it to the basket was number 10, Mike Howard. Number 11, excuse me. So that's a big turn right there, Tom.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You thought Cincinnati had the advantage down here, and unfortunately Hobbs misplayed the ball in the corner. But on the other end, Winston Gray's kind of a silly foul. If you're going to foul him, make sure he doesn't make the shot.
So Howard will complete the three-point play here, and he hits in a free throw. And there's only 7 seconds to go. It's 32-23. They fire up a half-court shot, almost put it in. So not a bad first half. Tom kind of seesawed there, but with the amount of players they got hurt, not too bad.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think both coaches have actually done a really good job of substituting in the half. But I think Cincinnati State, in the end, is going to be able to power another victory home. I don't think they can stop them on the inside.
Absolutely not. So Tom and I will take a break. Our score here at half, 32-23. Back with second half action right after this. Dan Albers, joined here with Tom and Essie. Second game of our doubleheader. Cincinnati up here 32-23. And they kind of had that lead extended, and they had a really bad possession there right before the end of the half. But take your hats off, Edison, still kind of sticking into this ball game.
Yeah, Cincinnati State led by Winston Gray's 10 points, although not shooting the ball very well from the field. He's missed 7 shots, but he leads with 10. Hobbs has 9. They're shooting 12 of 38 overall, 1 of 10 from three-point land, and 7 of 15 from the free throw line.
Nah, that's not good.
So under 50% from the charity stripe is not good.
Not at all.
For Edison, you've got, leading the way, you have Eric Beckstedt with 9 points, and after that there's pretty much nothing. 9 of 32 overall from the field, 2 of 9 from three-point land, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. And what will come into play if it is a close game is they've used 4 of their timeouts in the first half.
Yeah, that is huge. You know, typically you get 6 times. What is it? 3.
Is it?
You get 2
and 4.
Yeah, 2 and 4. So 32-23, getting ready to start this second half, and Cincinnati trying to bounce back, as we said earlier in the broadcast, from a loss 80-79 to Lakeland, and it looks like Edison will be taking the ball out of bounds to start the second half.
Yeah, and if Cincinnati State can come out with the same defensive pressure that they had in the first half, I think that they should have no problem putting this game away.
Still waiting some time. Why don't you just take the time off the clock and let's get this thing rolling?
So I believe you've got the same 5, right? Both ways. That started the game.
It is looking that way, yes. So we're underway here in the second half, 32-23. Cincinnati's going to start off in a man-to-man and get it down in the corner to Beckstead. Brings it back up high to Kurtz. Gets it into Irvin now. Irvin's going to square up to the basket. Kicks it back out now to Beckstead. Beckstead trying to get a screen. He's going to spin, drive, kicks it down low to. Nice shot, nice grab and catch, and it's going to be put in by Tingle. That was a good catch in traffic. Driving it hard to the basket. Shot was no good by Fischel, but getting the rebound, putting it up and in is Marsden.
Once again, a good job on the offensive glass by Marsden. That's his 6th rebound of the game.
Cincinnati's up 34-25. Cincinnati putting on a little bit of pressure. Kurtz bringing the ball up, being guarded by O'Brien Hobbs. Swing it down in the corner to Beckstead. Tingle back over to Beckstead. He's going to fire, Beckstead fired up a three-pointer. Was no good. Robinson with a rebound. Quickly get it down in the corner. Gray's going to get a nice pass into Marson. Shot was no good. That one. I think he might have didn't realize where he was at. Shot was no good, and Edison coming down now. Get it to Kurtz. Kurtz going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And running, getting that rebound. Nice job by Bonanza. Get it. Nice job swinging the ball around. 18-24 to go. They get it into Irvin. Irvin's going to
good D.
Throws up a shot. It is no good. And getting the rebound is going to be Fischel. And he throws a horrible pass. And it goes out of bounds. I'm really impressed with the crowd here tonight. There's a very, very big crowd. I mean, this section's pretty full.
Yeah, you got to like it. Hopefully Saturday will be more of the same and hopefully a little bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. With Owens coming in, both teams playing very well, the men and the women. And we'll be on air with that game at 1 o'clock for the women. Tingle's going to fire up a shot. No good, and it's Kurtz with the rebound. Flips it over to Tingle. Tingle loses control of the basketball. Gets it, spins, turns, so the shot puts it in.
That's 6 now for Mike Tingle.
So Cincinnati's going to call a timeout. Pretty good crowd here for Edison. They brought quite a bit of people.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is you'll see Owens bring a few, I'm sure. They have a pretty good following up there. But, yeah, Cincinnati State kind of lost their edge a little bit there. And silly turnover by Fischel off a rebound, trying to force it. But, you know, they'll calm down, get the defensive pressure going again, and they'll be fine.
You know, and I guess if you want to say injuries, injuries are never at a good time, but I guess if you want to call it getting injuries now instead of late in the season where you have to then try to get used to how everybody plays. We talked, you know, earlier about Kashmir Wright, and I kind of compared it to Kenny, not as drastic, but think about that. You know, you have a main guy that goes down or some of your guys go down. You got to get used to that new rotation, and that's kind of what they're doing right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last home game we were at, we lost the top 2 scorers on the team, and Thomas Jackson and Winston Grays. We thought Winston was going to be out longer than what he was, but Thomas Jackson's your leading scorer, and he's sitting.
Brian Hobbs' shot was no good. Marson followed up, gets his own rebound, puts it up again, up and in. Good job by Marson. Tell you what, they could really use him down a stretch, Tom.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, and they need to get Marshall going too and on the inside. Both of them could create a lot of problems on the boards for other teams.
Great hustle by Nick Robertson as he dove for that ball, and I think that's kind of why Coach wanted to call that timeout, is to kind of let those guys, hey, you're not playing the way we're supposed to be playing. And Edison's going to break it to Benstetter, gets it inside of Irvin. Irvin.
Turnover.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Who did touch?
He threw the ball out of bounds. I don't understand that one at all, Tom.
I don't know who that touched, but.
So they get the ball into Kurtz. Kurtz gets double teams. It's going to be stolen by Grays. Grays gives it back up to Hobbs. Hobbs going to take it, gets fouled, throws up a shot.
Yeah, he's got to give that right back. If he gives that right back, Grays has a layup.
Foul's going to be on number 13, Kurtz. I believe that's 3 on him, Tom.
Yep. And O'Brien Hobbs goes to the line. He's 1 of 2. Had a good 9-point first half. Very effective driving down the lane in the first half. Hopefully continue that.
Puts one in.
Yeah, Grays with that steal on the defensive end, and you could see, like you said, Coach got him a little fired up in that huddle, and they come out with a steal right after the timeout.
And that's going to bring them back up to a 10-point lead at 37-27. Hobbs' shot was no good, and getting the rebound was Taylor. Taylor's going to dribble it out, and they got some numbers, Tom.
Oh, thought Hobbs had that one.
Kurtz throws the ball, and there it is, a steal by Cincinnati by Robertson.
Look up.
Hobbs going to give it up now to Grays. Grays running, puts it up and in. How about that? I tell you, whatever Coach said, got them fired up a little bit. Now they're back up by 12. Cincinnati putting on some unbelievable pressure. They got number Tingle.
Don't get hurt.
He's going to take it all the way down, and he's going to go up, and as he does, is reached in by Gray. And that's a good foul. It wasn't something that was going to get him hurt, but he wanted to make sure that he was not going to put the basket in.
Yeah, not only won't get the shooter hurt, but it won't get himself hurt either by letting yourself go in the air with him. Get him before he leaves the ground, and that way nobody gets hurt.
So Tingle will be on the line. First free throw, good.
Nick Tingle now, 5 here in the second half. Only had 2 in the first.
Tingle, next free throw, good. He puts in both free throws. 39-29. Cincinnati up by 10 with 16:31 to go. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. So they're going to be back in that 1-2-2, Tom. Get it into Robinson, gets it high-low down to Martin, and Martin gets it, spins, got it blocked by Tingle. And ball's going to stay here, but good job by Tingle. He's starting to come alive.
Yeah, Tingle's starting to play a little more aggressively on the inside, making himself a little more well-known here in the second half than it was in the first.
Hobbs taking the ball out of bounds, gets it inside to Robinson. Robinson spins, turns, got a shot blocked by Tingle again. Robinson gets it back, and Martin's going to run it down. They have 8-7 on the shot clock. I'm not sure they realize that Gray's going to take it all the way in and lose control of the basketball. Goes out of bounds. So good defense by Edison there.
Yeah, 2 blocks and then a turnover. So really good possession right there on D by Edison.
And they get the ball now to Tingle. Tingle has it on the wing between his legs. Gets it inside. Nice pass to Taylor. His shot's an air ball, and it goes off Irvin out of bounds. It's like Devontae Smith.
I think Taylor saw official fly by him as he was getting ready to shoot, and that threw his shot off.
Cincinnati up 10, 39-29, 15. Second half. Brian Hobbs again bringing the ball up the court. Get it inside to Martin. Martin gets it down low to Devontae Smith. He puts it up and he gets fouled.
All right. Nice pass by Marsden right there on the inside.
I didn't see who that was on. 31.
Taylor.
It'll be his second. Smith's free throws off the front of the rim, no good. And I believe it was knocked out of bounds by Cincinnati.
1 of 6 from the free throw line for Devontae Smith.
That ain't good.
Struggling big time.
Cincinnati putting on some pressure. Edison taking the ball out of bounds, having trouble getting it in. They don't have a lot of timeouts. We got to remember that for the second half. Beckstead has it.
No.
Trying to give it up to Tingle, but he throws a bad pass. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that pass was nowhere near where it needed to be. Nowhere near. And he didn't even have to throw it like that. I mean, Tingle was wide open down the sideline. Just a wasted possession right there by Edison.
And Marshall will come into the ball game. What are we waiting on here?
No idea. Oh, tucking shirts in.
Got to respect that.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd have never been in a ball game.
Yeah, you can't make shots or you can't play D without that shirt tucked in.
Well, they would have never got me because they thought it was blood. I had mustard. And Devontae Smith's going to put it up and in.
Devontae.
Cincinnati kind of running away. We're starting to get away some bigger lead here. 43-29 to get it into Irvin. Irvin's going to lay it up and in. That was a good job by Taylor getting it down low to Irvin. Under 15 minutes to go, 43-31. Winston Grays has it, swings it over. They get it inside, nice pass into Marshall. His shot was no good. He gets it, but there's Irvin to bring it back down. Got to put those in.
Yeah, I agree. That one's got to go down right there.
And they get it to Tingle. Get it down in the corner to Beckstead. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. Beckstead hits a three-pointer, and they're not going away, Tom, 43-34.
That's 12 for Eric Beckstead.
Swing it over now to Grays.
Cincinnati State's been able to get the ball in the middle of that zone when they take their time, and they're going to get shots and they'll fall. You just got to keep pounding away at them.
Grays gives it over to Marshall, swing it over to Hobbs. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. Hobbs hits a three. He answers with the three-pointer, bringing them back up by 12.
You can do so much damage when you get the ball in the middle like that. It opens up so many shots around the perimeter.
But more importantly, you got to have guys that's able to put the ball in a hoop.
Yeah.
And we've seen that as the years go by. They've got more and more guys that are able to put the ball in from that distance. Tangle's going to fire up a shot. It is no good. And running it down is going to be Fischel. He gives it up now to Smith. Gives it to Grays. Back nice to Hobbs. He's going to lay it up and in. That was great unselfish play by Cincinnati. Now they're back up again by 14, 48-34. I think this is the one thing that's kind of bothered him a little bit is the pressure, Tom. And he walked with the basketball.
Another turnover.
Smith's going to get it. Smith's going to take it. Dish it off to Grays. Look. Grays going to put it up, and no good. He should have just went up strong instead of doing that fancy stuff.
Yeah, no need to anticipate contact when you can jump as high as he can jump. Just go up strong with it. Chances of him blocking your shot are pretty slim.
So Cincinnati will keep possession, take the ball out of bounds, and get it to Marshall. And Hobbs will have it now. Again, they're in now it looks like they're in a 2-1-2. Devontae Smith has it, gives it over now to Hill. Haven't seen him in a while. Hobbs has it. They got 21 on the shot clock. He got hammered. Why so far out do you do that? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's just a silly foul.
That's why I don't coach, Tommy.
Yeah.
I probably would have led the country in tees.
He's going to come out anyway after that foul.
Cincinnati up 48-34. Hill gets it. Smith gets it inside of Marshall. Kicks out to Hill. Hobbs going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. Tipped out, and Hobbs going to run it down. Hobbs going to jump stop at the free throw line. Short-armed it, but he falls. The shot up, puts it up and in.
That'll work.
Gotta love the way Hobbs is playing here. Cincinnati reached in, no call. Take it
charge.
all the way.
There's our charge.
Yep, there's a charge. Is that Nick Robertson? No, it is Nick Robertson.
Nick Otis won. He went last home game. He didn't have one. Good job right there by Robertson. Knowing you're going to get crushed. That's a great. To stand in there is just awesome, and he does it all the time.
Got to have a knack for doing that. He certainly does. And Cincinnati's going to call a quick timeout. They're up here 50-34, kind of separating themselves a little bit every time that they have, though. They answer with some kind of basket, does Edison.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think the pressure's starting to get to Edison a little bit more. They've had some silly turnovers, and I think Cincinnati State right now is kind of – they know right now they've got them by the throat. Now it's just a matter of how hard you're going to squeeze.
That is true. It's one of my favorite UC songs being played right now.
Oh, yeah?
How about that?
What's the name of it, do you know?
I have no idea.
There you go.
No idea. I just do whatever the crowd does.
Right, exactly.
You know, if they move, they jump, I do it.
Yeah.
50-34. Man, there's going to be some good college basketball, too. They got Syracuse and Louisville, I think, this weekend. Oh, Brian Hobbs throws a very lazy pass. Taking it all the way down. He missed it. And missed the shot was number 11, Howard, but Kurtz was there to follow it up. That was just a very lazy pass by Hobbs. Get it down in the corner to Smith. Another bad pass.
Goodness.
Coming down is going to be Kurtz. Kurtz going to lay it up to
nice fake.
Taylor. Fakes it up and in. Two horrible passes by Cincinnati that were very lazy and horrible, and the body language is not looking good right now for Cincinnati State.
Well, you called it. Every time they seem to pull away, Edison finds a way to creep back just enough to get your attention. Nice look.
Get it, give and go. You know, these guys got to learn sometimes you just got to take it straight up and strong.
Yeah.
Foul's going to be on Irvin, I believe. That's only going to be one on him.
You head fake and you give the defense an opportunity to collapse on you. Take it straight up. One-on-one, can that guy block your shot every time without fouling you? They may do it once in a while, but it's not going to be anything consistent.
Nick Robertson will be on the line. Robinson, free throw, no good.
My goodness.
That hurts.
So they're now 1 of 4 in the second half. So 8 of 19 overall from the free throw line.
That ain't good.
After 4 of 12 at Lakeland in a loss. So not very good at all.
Robinson ready for a second free throw. Didn't make either one of them.
Goodness.
So Irvin gets the rebound, and they're still right in the thick of this thing at 50-38, 11-32. Nice. Not a good pass, stolen by Devontae Smith.
Nice.
Smith's going to shake, bake, take it, roll it up. No good. Could not make it, and now they've got numbers as Edison. Kurt's going to take it all the way, dishes it down to Irvin. Irvin's going to lay it up and in. Wow, Tommy, 50-40. They've cut it to 10, and Cincinnati can't afford to do that.
6 straight.
Get it to Marshall. Marshall's going to take it in, dish it down low. Another bad pass.
They're overthinking right now.
And they're going to give it to Kurtz. Kurtz going to go up on the other side, and it's going to go off of Edison out of bounds.
Marshall's got to take that shot. He's 3 or 4 feet away from the rim. Just shoot the ball.
I think it might be time for Mr. Martson to check back into the ball game, Tom.
Yeah, they're bringing Fischel back in. Right now, Devontae Smith is the man.
Well, there we go. As soon as I say that, Martson comes in.
Yep.
Tom, we could be coaches. We know what we're doing.
Oh, no question.
Gray's going to swing it over.
Nice. Oh, Smith. I thought it was a good pass.
Ball's going to go back. Tom, they've had probably a turnover the last 6-7 possessions. They've turned the ball over.
Yeah, it's just not going well right here in the midway point in the second half for Cincinnati State.
And they get the ball down to Irvin. Irvin gets it up high to Taylor. Swinging around to Howard. Howard driving, kicks it back out. Taylor, there's going to be Kurtz with a three-point shot. Oh, wow. Kurtz hits a three-pointer, and all of a sudden it's a 50-43 ball game.
9-0 run right now since the Cincinnati State timeout.
Get it to Winston Grays. And I think this zone is kind of causing problems for Cincinnati.
Well, I think they're overthinking it. They're getting the ball where they need to get it. It just seemed...
Cincinnati's going to call a timeout.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I don't know if he regained possession enough to get that timeout. That was close, Dan. That was very close. I think they're lucky right there that that's not going down as another turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're just really looking sluggish here, Tom, and they're not the same Cincinnati State team that we've seen, and I'm sure the injury's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care about injuries. When you're shooting 8 of 20 from the free throw line, I mean, you figure 15. So add 7 more points right now from the free throw line, and you're up by 14. And that's 15. That's only 75%. I mean, that's not asking a whole lot.
No, not at all. So again, this zone here by Edison is causing some problems here for Cincinnati. They've last couple possessions have not been able to put the ball in the hole, and they've turned the basketball over. Get it there at the elbow.
Nice.
Official's going to hit a little jumper.
Good bucket. They needed that one.
Kind of get the drought stopped, and Taylor almost was in control of it. It's going to be Kurtz now has the basketball. We're at 9:35, 52-43, Cincinnati up on Edison. Get the ball down in the corner.
Uh-oh.
Tangle there's going to be Kurtz for a three-point shot. Good.
Wow.
Wow. I'll tell you what, there's more of a crowd here for Edison than there is Cincinnati.
Kelly Kurtz did nothing in the first half. He's got 8 points here. I don't know if it's 8 in a row, but I know he's got the last 2 threes.
And, Tom, I'll tell you what, they're feeling it. They're feeling it. They get it into Fischel. Fischel fakes it. Hobbs gets it over to Hobbs. Hobbs going to fire up, Gray's fired up a 3. No good. Ball's going to go out of bounds on Edison. Will stay here with Cincinnati.
So Winston only 1 of 6 from three-point land today.
Cincinnati takes the ball out of bounds right away. Shot was no good. Tipped up and in by Martson. 54-46, up by 8 with 8:53 to go. And Tom, and you see that they're not pressing as much anymore too, is because they're down on numbers right now, and they just really cannot do that.
Yeah.
So Edison trying to hang right in there with Cincinnati to get it into Tingle. Tingle spins, turns, throws it off the glass, up and in.
So Tingle and Kurtz right now, that's 14, that's 16 between them in the second half. Only 2 combined in the first half.
Get it over now to Hobbs. Tom, they've got to get somebody in the middle and pass the ball, distribute it a lot faster than what they're doing now.
No,
not
wrong
a
guy.
Good pass
Marsden
at all.
was wide open on the other side.
Tingle steals it. Taylor's going to kick it out now.
Oh,
Kurt's going to fire up another 3-point shot. Good.
Oh.
Wow, it's going to make it a 54-51 ball game.
Kelly Kurtz with 3 threes in a row, 11 in the second half now for Kelly.
So Cincinnati just really going cold here, not doing a good job breaking this zone, and Edison doing a great job themselves back into this ball game at 54-51. Martin has it, gets double teamed and throws a bad pass, and there it is. Coming back down the other way, and he's going to jam it home! And wow, unbelievable. They are down by 1 point.
I'll tell you what, Cincinnati State, it seems like they're thinking too much down here. The ball's not moving quickly. The defense is just standing there. They don't have to work.
Wow. And this crowd is nothing but an Edison State crowd, Tom.
Yeah, you're hearing their women's team and their parents big time right now.
And Grays now has it at the top, 14 seconds. Another bad pass. What are they doing? And they throw a bad pass. I'll tell you what, this is probably the most unbelievable amount of turnovers I've seen Cincinnati have in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I just, I don't know where they thought that ball was going to go. I don't know. They just got to get back to moving the ball. They're not moving the ball. They're just standing, each person is standing there with the ball looking to see where they're going to go, and it's letting the defense just stand around.
54-53, and it's kind of a low-scoring game, and it obviously favors Edison. And, Tom, you can just see their stance and their body language from both teams. It's just a reversal.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Cincinnati State's they're completely out of sorts right now.
Wow, another bad pass by Winston Grays. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will stay with Cincinnati.
Well, after all the turnovers Cincinnati State's had here recently, they've gotten lucky twice that there haven't been 2 more on top of that.
Cincinnati really struggling here tonight. 54-53, 6:42 to go in this ball game. Take your hats off to Edison and Tommy. Just look at their defensive stance.
Yeah. Well, the zone is definitely taking away Hobbs penetrating, and that's what killed him in the first half.
No, but there's going to be an offensive foul. It's going to be on Robertson.
Not a single thing going right for Cincinnati State right now. Had a 16-point lead at 50-34. Or no, yeah. 50-34, wasn't it?
Yeah. 54-53, and Edison's got an opportunity to go on top here for first time in a while. And it's going to be Tingle driving to the basket, takes it in and good! And they have got the lead at 55-54 with 6:08 to go.
21-4 run since Cincinnati State took its last time out.
They just look lost, Tom.
Yeah, I don't understand why, though.
Hobbs going to fire up a 3-point shot, no good. And Marsden with the rebound. Nope, he couldn't get it, and he fouled him.
Yep, push on Marsden. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's like they don't have no idea how to score right now.
Looks like Fischel's going to come in. It looks like they don't have anybody that they know they can go to. So take your hats off to Edison, doing a great job. And they do get the ball back inbounds, and they get it to Taylor. Taylor's going to take it all the way down, throws up a shot, and it's going to be, a block on Nick Robertson.
That's 4 on Nick. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Not good. You got Jordan Taylor going to the line for the first time. He's got 7 points.
So Taylor will be on the line. Free throw, good. (56-54). Edison State down big time and come back, and they've taken a 2-point lead. Free throw, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Marshall. Quickly coming down the other way is going to be O'Brien Hobbs. Get it down in the corner. Back to Hobbs. Hobbs has it. Swings it over now. Jeez,
goodness gracious.
Another bad pass, and coming down the other way. It's going to be blocked from behind.
Unbelievable.
By Fischel as number 11 tried to go up, and he got it blocked.
Oh, my goodness. Was that
Hobbs going to throw up a shot, and it was no good. Martin gets fouled as he's going to the basket. Wow.
Unbelievable. That's one of the better blocks we've seen here.
Absolutely.
In 7 years. No question about it.
And that was Howard that was going up for the jam, and he got blocked from
by 20 feet.
Unbelievable. So Martin will be on the line. Free throw's good. It's going to make it a 1-point ball game.
Marsden one of 3 now from the free throw line, and that gives him 9 points.
Martin again on the line. Free throw good. Big free throws there by Martin. That's going to tie the score up here at 56. Cincinnati's going to have make something happen, but I'm telling you what, Edison's got this confidence about him.
He walked. How's that not a walk?
Can't you get up and get the ball? That's 5 timeouts, I believe.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, they can't get up if the ball's on the ground. They cannot get up with the basketball.
Well, we believe that leaves Edison with 1 timeout.
And that's going to be killer coming down the stretch with a close ball game.
The only thing in their favor right now is you can use fouls as your timeouts because Cincinnati State is shooting so badly from the free throw line. You can foul.
Absolutely.
I mean, your percentages are pretty good. They're 10 of 22 from the free throw line right now. So until you prove you can make them, you have no problem if you need to put them on the line.
So Edison State, really, I'm telling you, just it looked like they were down and out and trailing by as many as 16 points, and they've came back, took the lead, and now it's tied up here at 56. We had a great game in that first game, too, as well by Edison, and another good game here tonight.
Yeah, I think in the second half, Jordan Taylor and Kelly Kurtz have really turned it up a notch, along with Nick Tingle on the defensive end for Jordan Taylor, the offensive end for Kurtz and Tingle. They've just kind of taken over this game. And then defensively, the zone that they're playing has really put Cincinnati State in kind of a lull to where they don't know who's going to take the shot or where to go for the shot.
Yeah, you know what? And I don't think I'd be putting on the Rocky theme now for these guys because they're kind of the underdog, I don't.
I don't think there's any bad time for the Rocky team. I disagree.
So Edison will be taking the ball out of bounds. We're tied up here at 56 with 5:02 to go. Very low-scoring game, Tom, for Cincinnati State.
Yeah, I mean, they're averaging almost 94 points a game.
Get the ball inside to Irvin. He squares up to the basket. Gets it back out now to Tingle. Tingle's going to drive all the way in. Kicks it back down to Irvin. Irvin loses control of the basketball. And he gets it down in the corner. They got 10 on the shot clock. Going to have to hurry up. 8-7 on the shot clock.
Play
5.
smart.
And Howard's going to have to throw an off-balance shot. Oh! And he banks it in.
Nailed it.
Unbelievable.
You gotta be kidding me.
He banks in a three-pointer as time's expiring.
Fading away with a guy in his face, and he banks it in. What a huge shot that was at the buzzer.
Give it in official. He's going to turn around, throw up a shot. Needed that big time,
hey, you know
Tommy.
what? You got to prove, like you said, you got to prove that you have somebody that can make that shot, or they're going to back off of you and let you stand there with the ball.
And they get it now to. Oh, another three-pointer. Good. And it was Taylor, so they're feeling it, Tom, and they got a 4-point lead. And Winston Gray's going to turn around at the elbow. He throws up a shot, no good. Tipped up, almost in by Marshall, and there's going to be a foul.
So Winston Gray's right now 4 of 15 from the field. So I think regardless of, what he would say, I think you got to think the ankle's got a little bit to do with that.
So makes one free throw, 62-59. Still ball game here, 3:50 to go. Free throw, good. We'll take it.
Good job right there by Kevin Marshall to step up and hit 2 when they needed them.
2 big free throws, but here comes Edison coming down the other way. They're holding on. No, they lose control of the basketball.
Smart.
Give it up to Graves. Graves going to drive in, lays it up, shot no good, tipped almost in, and fighting for it, and it's going to be Martin. Going to lay it up, and no good. Getting the rebound and get fouled. How about that?
Marston was an animal on that possession. I'll bet he got his hand on about 5 balls right there.
Wow.
Great job right there by Marshall and Marsden to keep that alive.
And it looks like the foul's going to be on Irvin. That's going to be his 3rd. So just great around the boards there is Cincinnati, and Marshall being in line to shoot 2 shots. Free throw, no good. Has March Madness started early?
I don't know.
Free throw, Marshall puts one in, so he makes 1 of 2. 62-61. We have a 1-point ball game with 3:29 to go. And Edison trying to hang on to upset Cincinnati. There's another turnover.
Take it strong.
And he got it knocked out of his hands. Well, Hobbs has it now. He's going to bring it back out.
Easy.
Get it down in the corner to Graves.
Good job right there by Graves to pull that out.
O'Brien Hobbs over to Graves now. Get it into Martson. Martson has it.
No.
Martson gets it into Marshall. Marshall, shot was no good. He's going to get the rebound. He's going to bring it back up. Throws up a shot up and good.
Nice.
Good job by Marshall. And Cincinnati now has a 1-point lead at 63-62.
I'll tell you what, the big man Marshall and Marsden have really stepped up their game right now.
Cincinnati putting on that trap. They got to go. And they throw a bad, and they said he stepped out of bounds or he walked. Wow. So Cincinnati coming up big here down the stretch. And they were trailing, and now they're up by 1. And this is a huge possession right here, Tom.
Yeah, I think you got to look at getting the big men some shots right here.
Get it to Martson.
But they got to be in a good position, too, though.
And Fischel has it. Oof. Gives it to Grays. They got 23 on the shot clock. Grays going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. And Hobbs is going to run it down.
Good hustle.
Got it into Martson, and they're all fighting for it.
Good job.
And nice turnaround by Marshall.
You can't argue the hustle right now by Coach Tate's team.
Why was Grays shooting that 3-pointer?
A shot clock issue or what? I don't know. But, yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that shot just because he's not shooting the ball that well. There was no reason to hit that. But the big man, once again, Hobbs first and then the big man diving on the floor to keep that ball alive.
So they give him extra time there. Instead of 23 in the shot clock, it's 28. 2:13 to go in this ball game. Cincinnati hanging on to a 1-point lead. It's been a struggle here for Cincinnati. And Hobbs going to bring it back now to Grays. Grays looking inside. He's going to give it now to Fischel. Back over to Gray. He's going to pull up on baseline. Throws up a shot. No good. Marshall with the rebound. Goes off his legs. Wow. Winston Grays is trying to find his range, Tom. He's taking the last 2 shots, and he can't find it.
No, he's 4 of 18 now. But once again, Marshall with a big rebound, unfortunately, can't finish.
And Taylor's going to take it all the way and throws up a one-handed shot. It is no good. I don't know if that's a shot you want to take.
I agree.
Down by 1?
I think you've done a great job of running your offense. How many times now? And then to come down there and just toss one up, I agree. I think that was a bad shot.
Grays has the basketball. Get it into Fischel. Fischel gives it back to Hobbs. 18 on the shot clock. 1:27 to go. Cincinnati hanging on to a 1-point lead. Fischel has it. They got 10. They're going to have to hurry up and get something going now. They got 7. They got 6. Going to have to get something moving. In between 2 defenders, pulls up, throws up a shot. Good!
Wow.
And he puts that in. That was a big-time shot there by Grays, and if you have to come up with a big shot, that's the time right there.
I'll tell you what, that's clutch right there. After struggling the whole game, to have confidence in yourself to make that play.
Kurtz gets it into Tingle. Tingle spins, throws up a shot, puts it up and in. Not good defense there by Marshall on that one. Cincinnati up by 1, and definitely will get another opportunity. Is going to be Edison.
And Nick Tingle with 12 of his 14 here in the second half.
Cincinnati has it. There's about a 19-second differential on the game clock.
Strong with the ball, Dan. You got to be strong with the ball. What did I just say?
And they're going to fight for it. It's going to be a jump ball, and possession is going to go to Edison.
Can't let that happen.
So the shot clock will be off.
So you figure they got to allow themselves enough time to get an offensive rebound and a possible second chance. You can't just rely on a last-second shot. Also, I think if you miss the shot, you have to have enough time to foul Cincinnati State and have that extra possession at the end of the game. So I see they got to be going about 12, 10 at the latest, I would think.
Absolutely. So Cincinnati struggling here all night. Edison playing very well, 65-64. And when was the last time that Cincinnati lost to Edison? Not since we've been doing the games.
No, I don't think so.
So Edison trying to come up with the upset here against Cincinnati State. And it's going to be Kurtz.
You want to stay in?
Kurtz has the basketball. And they're going to call a timeout. That's going to have to be their last timeout.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that'll be their last timeout.
So you got 20 seconds left. You're down 1. Like I said, I still think you have to allow yourself enough time to foul and get an extra possession. Even if Cincinnati State makes 2 free throws, you still come down and hit a 3 to tie the game. So if you do not make the shot, you have to have a second option. So they got to allow themselves enough time to accomplish that.
So Cincinnati trying to hang on with a 1-point lead. And Tom, just like we had with the women a couple last week, it doesn't matter how you win as long as you win. No one's going to remember this ugly win next year and later on.
And if you're Edison, if you do miss the shot, there's not really anybody on the floor besides Winston Grays that you should be afraid to foul. I think you can't wait around till the right guy gets the ball. I think you have to know right away Winston Grays is probably not the guy to foul no matter what. But your other options are, nobody's really shooting the ball that well from the line. So you miss a shot, you got to commit a foul and give yourself a chance for one more possession.
So here we go, down to the very end of this ball game. We never thought it would be as close as it is now. Cincinnati, I think at one time, like you said, Tom, was up like 50-something to 34.
It was 50 to 34, so it's a 30 to 15 run right now.
Wow.
So you got Robertson back in the game, obviously defensive purposes, but right now you got to be smart. You can't get yourself out of position.
And Cincinnati's trying to double team. They get it to Kurtz. Kurtz almost fell down. There's 14 seconds to go in this ball game. Edison down by 1.
You got to go.
Kurtz has it. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. They get it to Irvin. Irvin's going to have to get it inside of Tingle, and he puts it up and in.
Unbelievable. And what did I say about taking yourself
Fired up a shot, and it is no good. And they end up winning 66 to 65.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And for Edison, what a huge win for Edison right there. Absolutely huge win.
What do we got going on here?
I don't know, but just unbelievable. At first, I thought that they waited too long. Unfortunately, what I talked about, you can't allow yourself to get out of position, and they left Tingle all alone underneath the basket.
What do we got going on here?
There's 0.3 seconds left.
And all they got to do is inbound it?
So a great comeback by Edison here in the second half. They did a great job of knowing who the hot players were, and they stuck with them the whole second half. Tingle, Taylor, and Kurtz carried them in the second half and brought them back to a huge win on the road. Absolutely huge for them.
And they're going to throw it long, and it hit it. They get the ball back out.
It hit the ceiling. Unbelievable.
No way.
That's one thing in a million that you can't do.
No way.
And he throws it off the ceiling.
So Cincinnati's going to call a timeout now.
All he's got to do is throw it somewhere and have somebody touch it, and he throws it off the rafters.
So Cincinnati has an opportunity to win this game now.
So Cincinnati State, it's obviously a catch-and-shoot situation. But we saw the women last week needing to go the length of the court with 3.3 seconds left, and they did a catch-and-shoot to win the game last week. So this is a lot easier right here than the women had. Unbelievable. I can't believe he just threw it off the ceiling. I can't believe it.
Maybe
all he had to do was throw it in and have it touch somebody.
Maybe you see, like on here, is doing a screen with Martin going to the basket, throw it up toward the basket, and let him tip it in.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have enough of a size advantage. You set a screen and get Irvin out of the picture and let the big man go on against Tingle on the inside right here. But you cannot think that you can set and shoot. That you don't have enough time to do that.
How about this if you end up losing this game on something like that?
I still absolutely cannot believe that he threw it off the rafters. That is unbelievable.
So Cincinnati will take the ball out of bounds with 0.3 seconds to go. It's going to have to be a catch and shoot.
I mean, you could seriously just throw it at somebody and run the clock out. But here we go. Cincinnati State, one last chance.
Good job by getting Irvin taking the ball on the ball, taking the ball out of bounds.
Oh, that's ball game.
How's that the ball game? No time went off the clock.
That's going to be the ball game.
How is it no time went off the clock?
Well, because the player tipped it, though, so the clock's got to run.
All right, well, I'm going to go down and interview Coach and get his thoughts.
Absolutely unbelievable.
I'll be back.
So Cincinnati State gets a second chance, and then they throw it off the player defending the inbounds play, and 0.3 seconds run off the clock. They don't get a chance at a shot. Absolutely unbelievable for Edison. A great second half by Nick Tingle, Kelly Kurtz, and Jordan Taylor carried them to a huge road win here at Cincinnati. And the Surge, although short a man, they struggle to an 0-2 start in league play, and we're going to go down to Dan with Coach right now.
All right, I'm joined here with Coach Tate. And, Coach, that was a tough one, man. They went on like a 30-15 run. I thought you guys had it there, but take your hats off. They played pretty well down the stretch.
Well, take your hats off to Edison. They played a great game. They came out. They played hard for 40 minutes. We did a bad job of taking care of the basketball and definitely did a bad job of hitting free throws today. I thought that stopped us from our run early in the game, and it got us spinning in backwards.
Well, I think a lot of the turnovers you guys had down the end, it gave them the confidence, and they started hitting a couple threes.
Well, that's what happens, man. You let a team like that hang around, and their confidence was building as the game went on. I told our guys we were supposed to put our foot on their neck early in the game, and it didn't happen. We missed too many shots around the basket, and if you do that type of stuff, you'll lose game like that.
And do you think that the injuries had a lot to, you didn't have some of the guys in a rotation, or you just didn't play very well?
No, we just didn't play well. I'm not going to blame it on injuries. We got 11 guys. All 11 guys play. They're part of our rotation. We're done today.
Yeah, and you just got to regroup, and you got a big game on Saturday.
Yeah, big game against Orange, but we'll be ready.
Thanks a lot, Coach. All right, thanks. It's Coach Tate joining us there, and obviously it was a tough loss for Cincinnati as they lose to Edison probably for the first time in a long time. So, again, it was a tough loss, but they got to regroup and come back Saturday. So Tom and I will call it a night here. Cincinnati gets upset by Edison, and we'll be back here on Saturday. So for Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, Rhonda McMillan, you've been watching Cincinnati State basketball on USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television. Good night, everybody.